Pleasure to welcome Todd Golden back to the program. Todd, your guys have won 11 of 12 in the league. You got 5 regular season games left. Then we get into the deep water of the conference tournament and the big one. What are you most pleased with after this victory over South Carolina about the kind of solid footing that you all have found as a team and the identity that you've established?
Well, you just said it, Scott. And first of all, thanks again for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. And
Appreciate that.
I feel like our guys are getting comfortable, man. They're getting comfortable playing together. Early in the year, we took some tough losses, and we never splintered. We never pointed fingers. We just kept working, kept getting better, and we're starting to see the benefits of that in conference play.
You mentioned the losses earlier, and I mentioned them leading into the highlight. Like watching the game at Duke, I mean, you're a really nice shot from them late away from winning, and the game in the Garden against UConn was anyone's game. It's easy for me to look at you at 5-4 and go, oh, that's a good team. But you're the one that had to live with a record. Did you have concerns at that point about who you were ultimately going to be?
Yeah, absolutely. Losing's hard, man. And when you lose, 4 of your first 9 games, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. Doubt starts creeping in a little bit. I think we were having some confidence issues within our club, and the tough schedule that we played in that moment didn't feel like it was going to pay that many dividends. But over the course of December, we started getting back on track and started gaining some confidence. And then as we got into SEC play, that's when we really started to feel the benefit of playing that tough schedule, because when we ran into teams like Tennessee and Alabama and the other great teams in our league, we were prepared because we had played UConn, we had played Duke, we had played Arizona, 3 of the best teams in America. So it wasn't until, January and February that we started seeing the benefit of it. But that early season struggle definitely helped us become who we are right now.
I didn't envy being Boogie Flanders, Avian Lee, because, okay, cool, the portal's good, and we show up with a championship group in Gainesville, and we got great bigs. So there's plenty to like. But, man, you're trying to follow some legends in that backcourt. How did you sort of, not convince them, but how did you sort of message to them who they needed to be to allow them to just be themselves and not try to be somebody else, if that's even accurate?
Yeah, no, 100%, man. It's and on a macro level, it was an issue for our whole team over the first month. Everybody wanted to compare us to last year's team. And when we were losing, everybody's like, oh, they're not as good. Obviously, the guards aren't as good and all of these things. But it really was a combination of our returning front court having to take on a bigger role and kind of be more higher usage, more focal points. And then for Boog and X, it was more about just getting comfortable playing together. Both those guys played on the ball a lot at their previous stops. We were asking these 2-point guards to play together and find ways to get comfortable off the ball in different situations. And that just doesn't happen overnight. It took us a little bit, but credit to both those guys. They've been elite in league play. X just won player of the week in the SEC. Boog's been one of the best guards in the league. And their confidence just really coming on and them playing so well has allowed us to be in first place in the SEC.
How much trust and confidence do you have in guys like Hauk and Condon and Chenyolu just to be able to lean on championship DNA, toughness, size? I mean, that's a lot to love right there. It must make you sleep pretty well.
It's a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling having those guys, starting at the 3, 4, and 5 for us. And what you said is exactly right. These guys were national champions last year. Being able to return them and have them lead this year's team has just been a great experience for all of us. Tommy, Alex, and Ruben are all great guys, and throw Micah in there. Micah was a big part of our team last year as well,
Sure.
Coming off the bench for us this year. And obviously I'm biased, but I believe we have the best front court in America. I think those guys, have all stepped their games up in different ways to become more complete players. And our ability to crash the glass and command, just relentlessly command the paint has allowed us to be a really good team.
I won't use the term house money because it's disrespectful to you. But we had a graphic up here a minute ago where it's you, Bob Knight, and Jim Valvano winning titles before you're 40. When you do that, Todd, I'm just interested in how it impacts the way you approach the remainder of a career, because you've done the thing a lot of guys spend their life chasing. You've already done it. So how does that impact your approach?
You know what? It was obviously an incredible experience, and I'm really proud of what we were able to accomplish last year. But it's the old Shakespeare quote, man. What's won is done. That's in the past, and for us, we have big goals as we move forward. And it's been a great challenge. Rebuilding this team, rebuilding the program. We lost some great players, as you mentioned before. Walt, Will, and Elijah are all playing in the NBA right now, all doing really, really well. And this is a brand new team. And so it's been a challenge. I'm really proud of our group, going from those early season struggles to now being a top 5, top 6 KenPom team as we're getting to the end of the year. And for us, it's just trying to get that next one if it's ever in front of us.
I'm just close with this one. I know Seth Greenberg, who was with me earlier, believes it. Me and my guy Stanford Steve both said it on our podcast and here. Like we think you guys could do it again. What in order to do that? Obviously, a million things. I get it. But between now and late March, early April, Todd, what has to happen if there's an area to get better? If there's just something to tighten up, is there a singular thing you'd point to?
Yeah, well, as always, as you said, you got to get a little lucky. That happened last year as well. We caught some breaks in the tournament where we made some big shots to win games and found a way to survive. But, for number one, it's staying healthy. We got a strong 8 right now, and our rotation is really clicking, and everybody's doing a really good job in their role. So if we can stay healthy, that'll be key. We've done a really good job defending. Our rebounding's in a really good place. We have begun taking better care of the ball. We weren't great that way tonight. But we've improved that way. And, we're starting to shoot the ball a little bit better. And for me, the message to the team, we're just trying to get 5% better from now to the end of the year. We've been playing like a top 3 team in America over the last month, analytically. So we're in a good spot, but we're just trying to get 5% better between now and the conference tournament. And then we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Man, that 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but if you get 5% better, that's greedy. You guys will be doing it again if you get 5% better. Todd, thanks for being gracious with your time. I don't want to be greedy and take up too much more of it, man. Be well and all the best from now until however far it goes.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Scott.